Hey there, guys. Good evening. You made it to day 11 of the Game Plan Bootcamp. Y'all ready for some oil adrenaline? My name is Sarah Harnish, and I'm the author of the Game Plan book. Looks like this. If you haven't had a chance to get it, it's up on Amazon. It's called Game Plan, the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver. And there's also a companion workbook. And if you're following through the boot camp, you're really going to want to have them both. So grab the Game Plan book, grab the boot camp book, and hop on with us. We are day 11. If you are just starting, you can go back and catch up on all of the other days. And you might want to do that if you're an overachiever, because every Saturday I give out a $200 bundle of signed books, the audiobook, which isn't released yet, and all sorts of gifts and prizes, thumb drives, scripts, all sorts of stuff. And I only give one of those out every single weekend. So, Mary Lindon is on tonight. Good to have you on. We got Ohio and California and Belgium, and this is awesome. So we've had a couple of requests to translate the book into French, into Dutch, and into Spanish. The Spanish translation is already being worked on. It's en route to Mexico right now. So thank you. If you guys want any other translations, let me know. And we'll work on it. St. Augustine, Florida. Good to see you guys. Western Pennsylvania. All right, Michigan. I'm loving you guys, so thank you for the honor of being able to teach. I never, ever, ever take it for granted. Tonight's a good one. It's a really, really good topic, and I'm going to be able to keep it really tight as well. So I know some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, if she keeps talking, I'm going to cry. I'm trying to keep it tight, but it's just such good information that I want to pass along to you. So here's how it works if you're just joining us for boot camp. It's 25 days long, and this is day 11. So you guys are not quite, but almost at the halfway point. 9 p.m. Eastern time every single night. 25 chapters in the book, 25 workbook chapters. You have video every day. You got to read every day, and you got to do a workbook assignment every day. So that's how you keep up with me. You read a chapter of the book, and it's really easy to follow, because if we're on day 11, you're reading chapter 11. And if we're on day 12, you're reading chapter 12 and doing workbook chapter 12. So we've made the system very, very simple. Very, very simple. Shelly says we cry when you're done. You guys are funny. So you're going to be plotting out your business in 2017. You guys have been through 11 days of this. You already know. This is not some sit back, watch it, feel really good vision casting boot camp. Like, we're really kicking your butt. I've got you doing exercises to get you prepared for getting out there and exploding your business in 2017. And the system works. We've done dry runs of it. We've had tremendous success with the book and with the boot camp. So it's got results, and it's an Amazon bestseller. So we're really, really blessed. Thank you for sharing it with your teams and for getting the Game Plan name out there. You can bless me a ton by bringing your book to the rally with you and talking about it when you guys are at your rallies this Saturday. We're hosting one in Corning in upstate New York. We got people coming in from Maine and Indiana, and I'm launching a new lecture this weekend at the rally. So real excited about that. It's a blow your brain lecture. It's really good. So the supplies that you need to do this are a book and a workbook, and that's it. Really low cost boot camp. All the videos are free, website's free, tools are free, resources are free. Everything's free except for the book. We just point you back to the book because it'd be really expensive for me to print them at Staples and send them all out to you guys. If you don't have it yet, there's a Kindle version online for $10, or if you want to follow along, you can order it off of Amazon, and then once you pay for the book, it's only $2 to get the Kindle version. And the Kindle version, you can watch on your phone, you can watch it on your tablet, you can watch it on your computer. You don't have to have a Kindle to be able to watch the Kindle version. So it's good. On the is relatable system, all of Young Living. All of Young Living. If you're a leader that really likes to have your hands on your team, I would love to see you guys finish this boot camp and then go teach it yourself. Get on, do your own Facebook Lives. Whatever your personality type is, you can't do this wrong. Okay, you can't do this wrong. Adrienne says she's attending the rally in Michigan. Bring your book. All right, we're going to start a hashtag. Bring your book. Bring your book. Bring your game plan book. Share it with all your crossline friends. Talk about it at the rallies. Let's get this out there this weekend. We've got the book in multiple rallies that we ship boxes to for different leaders so that they've got the books. We've sent comp copies out as gifts to different rally leaders so they can give them away from the main stage. So we're trying to get these books in everybody's hands, because the more people have the books, then the more people are out there teaching, and the more people are teaching, then we're on our mission of getting oils into every home in the world. right? We're furthering that mission. Gary's calling to get oils in every home in the world. So my mission is to come alongside Young Living, come alongside Gary and Mary, and train you guys how to spread the word. Okay, train you how to spread the word. Hashtag bring your book. You got it. Bring your book. So, let's see what we got here. So check out the website too. I want to tell you, oilabilityteam.com. If you haven't had a chance to go look at it yet, it's a lot more than just a website. Like, it's loaded with free resources, a shareable audio 101, which I have given you permission to copy and distribute at your classes. It's okay. The rule of thumb is if it's on the website, it's free. So you guys can copy it, share it, distribute it, whatever. If it's on Amazon, they have the copyrights to it, and you can get me in boatloads of trouble if you distribute the stuff on Amazon. So if it's the Audible book, or if it is one of the actual books that you purchase, okay, if you're photocopying or retyping scripts or appendixes and putting that up, then we're breaking U.S. copyright on. So don't do that, because that puts me in a very bad position. But if it's on the oilabilityteam.com website, we put so many resources up there for you guys for free to be able to get that 101 class out to people. There's so much stuff. And maybe you're just confused on the homework assignment. You don't really remember. You don't want to go back and watch the whole video again to pick up what the homework assignment was. Did you know if you go to oilabilityteam.com and you click on Bootcamp, all the homework assignments are there? It's wonderful. You can click on video 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're getting all your homework done. It's all typed out for you. There's quotes there, the oil of the day. Like, it's awesome. It's an awesome site. We have a whole team, a very gifted team of people working on that site, trying to keep pace with us and the way that we're doing the boot camp and the reading you guys are doing. You're just an amazing, awesome group of Team Young Living. So check it out. Share it with your teams. There's also information on bulk orders. I had a lot of people writing me about bulk orders today. There's a button for bulk orders right at the top of the page. So you can click on it. Do you know that we offer the book 40% off for you guys? 40% off, because I want you to go use it and train your leaders. It's meant to be duplicatable. You're supposed to take it and copy it. All right, not copy the book, but copy the system and utilize the book to train your leaders. So we're trying to pass along the savings to you guys by taking 40% of our royalties, less more than 40%, most of our royalties we give away, so that we can keep the costs low, so that you guys can use those for your leaders. So it's not a backbreaker to order them in bulk and then hand them out to your leaders and do your own teams. Are you sure you're still not getting up at 3 a.m.? Why do I look bad today, Shelley? I was anchoring this morning, so I did fill in this morning, so I'm kind of like, all right. So other things on the site, essential reward graphics. We talked about that earlier this week. Accountability worksheets and more. We're going to talk more about the accountability worksheets very, very soon. We're getting to that part in the book. Beverly says second bulk order in 2 weeks. That's awesome. That's awesome. Can we get the Spanish and English in one order when they're printed? I don't think in one order, because they have different ISBN numbers. And to keep the price low, we have to go directly through the publisher, and the publisher sees those as separate books. So I'm not totally sure how that would work through CreateSpace, but I sure am trying. Like, we're trying to keep our costs low as we possibly can. I still can't find my physical books, but I'm waiting my new ones to arrive. All right. That's awesome. Hi from Canada. It's good to see you. Kindles. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate the shout out. Okay. The audio for your new car. You guys, let me tell you, if you have a book, you're going to love the audiobook. Like, love the audiobook. The benefit to the audiobook is it trains a different part of your brain. So when you're studying and you're trying to remember stuff and you're putting things in your head, it's going to hit you a different way when you're reading with your eyes than it's going to hit you if you're studying with the part of your brain that takes it in through your ears. So you're literally learning a completely different way. When I was in college, I had to study Japanese, and we learned about 50 kanji a week. I was a Japanese minor in college. And the only way we could keep up with it was by training our brain, meaning you hit it from multiple different angles. You're doing flip cards. You're saying it out loud. You're teaching other people. So the best way to learn boot camp and the whole game plan system is to train your leaders, because you're teaching other people. But the audiobook, you can literally keep it in your car and listen to it every time you're driving. It's going to catch you constantly with different things like, oh, wait, I totally forgot about that. Or, that's exactly where I'm at today. I'm dealing with difficult people and I'm really struggling. So the Audible training is awesome. The other thing too is it's very, very rare for authors to record their own books. Only about 1 in every 100 authors record their own books. I'm a news anchor, so I recorded my own book. So it's literally me talking to you. So if you guys go through Sarah withdrawal after the boot camp is over, which we did, I actually went through my withdrawal from my team after the boot camp that we did in July with Game Plan for the dry run of this. If you go through it, you can get the Audible version. Yeah. And you can listen to it on your phone. You can listen to it when you're doing dishes. You can listen to it in your vehicle when you're driving. It's awesome. Like that version, I'm so excited about it. They said it takes 10 to 15 days to get it up on Amazon's site, and today is day 12. So they only have 3 more days, and we're going to start driving them crazy because we gave it to them over 2 weeks ago. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jocelyn. So I'm really excited about the Audible version. So just because you have the book, don't discount that version. If it was me, I would own all 3 versions. So when I get something that I really like in my hands, I'm constantly training my brain with it. And I'll have my paperback version that I've got all highlighted, all my notes written on it. You know, I'll have a separate one that I teach off of that isn't so completely scribbled all over you can't even see it. And then I will have an audio version that I listen to train my brain when I'm driving. So it's good to own them all. All right. Into the into the training. Tonight's topic is dealing with difficult people. This one is, this is a zinger of a topic. This is one of my favorite chapters of the entire book, because this is the one thing that can take your business to nothing. Okay, to nothing. When I have a lot of friends that are in different MLMs, and I love supporting them. I will go out and buy all the LuLaRoe leggings, hashtag all the leggings, and all the Pampered Chef pans, and all the Usborne books, right? I will buy all of their stuff because I love supporting their Young Living businesses. Or their businesses, my business, Young Living. I love supporting their businesses. It means a lot to me. But when I come across somebody who's come into Young Living and said, hey, I did this MLM, and I did this MLM, and I did this MLM, and now I'm trying Young Living, this is usually their filter. It's usually this thing. So I'd really, really encourage you to pay attention to in frustration and irritability, and when you're just, you're on Debbie Downers. You guys have dealt with this before. The person who does not want the kit, who only wants one oil. People who only want retail accounts. They don't want the commitment of having a wholesale account. People that don't want to get on Essential Rewards because they don't want the commitment of it coming through every single month. All right, every single month. They're worried about having to pay for something on ER every single month. All right. Yeah, Jerry, can only fish from one boat. You're right. So, or just negative people. They're just negative, all right? And you're around them, and everything coming out of their mouth is something sarcastic. It's something that tears people down. It's not edifying. There's no words of life coming out of their mouth. It's only words of frustration, pain, hurt, sarcasm, negativity. That's what we're dealing with tonight. This is something I train my kids on every single day. Every day. Matter of fact, one of my life verses, and it's particularly touching for me as a news anchor and as somebody who speaks all the time and does boot camps and write books and all that. I love this verse, that may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord. I really believe to be an effective leader, you can't be in that place. You may be surrounded by people that are in that place. And if you're in that place, if a lot of your team are Debbie Downers, then it's your responsibility to raise the bar up here and set the level of speech on your team up here. We don't really have a lot of drama on our team because I just don't allow it. And I'm like, listen, hey, you're on the wrong team if you want to draw drama. Like, we just don't live in a place here. We're supposed to be edifying each other. We're supposed to be speaking life into each other, talking positively to one another. And here's the thing. Nobody's going to want to follow a leader that walks around with sarcasm coming out of her mouth all the time, constantly. So the first thing you can do to deal with negative people is watch the words come out of your own mouth. Right? Say that you're speaking. Pay attention to the words coming out. If you really say things that are positive, then I wouldn't speak. Like, just don't speak. Everybody has bad days. Everybody has off days. Don't speak. I'm going to give you a couple of tips now on how to handle the other people. All right. The people that are coming to you. So say you've worked on your speech and you've really been working on the sarcasm and the negativity and the comes pouring out of your mouth, but you're still surrounded by that all the time. One of the things you can do is pour positivity into yourself. Read the game plan book. Hang around with the people that lift you up, that pour into you, that encourage you, the ones that you walk away thinking, man, I feel better just having been around them for an hour or two today. The ones that pour sunshine into you, those are the ones that you want to keep in your inner circle and work really closely with. But I understand as a leader, you're going to have, your teams are going to grow big, 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 big. They're going to get huge. And not everybody on your team is going to be positive. So this is how you deal with the negativity. I'm going to go through each one of these situations tonight, but I'm also going to teach you one really important principle that can follow through the entire business, one that is completely key for surviving rejection. It's going to save you. It's one place where if you're going to fail at network marketing, this is probably the spot that you're going to fail at it. It's when people tell you no. Okay? So we'll get to that in one moment. First up, the people who just want one oil, the ones that come to you 1 month and say, can I buy a lavender off of you? Can you add that to your essential rewards order this month? And then the next month, could I buy thieves cleaner off of you? And then 2 months later, could you just order me a peppermint? Like, could you put that one oil on your order for you? Okay. There's only one reason that ever happens. The DVDs are not available yet, Jan, but we're working on them. We wrote Game Plan Mini this week. It is done. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it at the end of this training. It's done. And that's where my attention was that this weekend. Now we're going to start working on some of the DVDs. So it's just kind of a one thing at a time process. There's only one reason that ever happens when somebody wants one oil, and your first thought, maybe, why don't they leave it alone? Why do they keep coming again and again and again for one oil? I don't understand. You might want to blame them, but actually it falls on you. Okay. The reason that they're coming to you, there's only one reason that it ever happens. Only one reason. It's because they don't know what the oils do. That's the only reason. So your job is to educate them. You have to come alongside them and educate them and train them how to use the oils. Every person should be funneled through the wholesale option with the premium starter kit because it's the only option that raises lifelong oilers. So if all you own is lavender, you're going to get really good at using lavender, but you're not going to learn about RC for respiratory support or thieves for immune support. And I can't even imagine oiling without those. Like, I can't even fathom that. We're going to get to that in a minute. I'm holding off on the oil of the night for you, but I love that you're looking for it. You're really perceptive. I tried to slip it under the rug that I hadn't done it yet, but you guys are too quick for me tonight. So every person should be funneled through the wholesale option. Every person, every single person that comes to you, without exception. And I'm going to go through all the exceptions to the rule and tell you that they're not actually exceptions. They should all go through the PSK. All right. When you allow people to only order one individual oil instead of training them to the kit, you are training them to be needy and you're training them to have a lack of commitment. You're training that into them. So it's not their fault. You're actually enabling them every time you add something to your order. That's bad. You don't want to do that. All right. You have nobody to blame but yourself for not getting them on essential rewards. They don't know they need it. And they have no idea how to use their oils. They're just sitting on a shelf. They don't know what they do. So don't enable, educate. Look for tools to help educate them. And to keep this training FDA compliant, I'll point you to those tools. But I would tell you to go to your upline and ask them what tools are out there. Check out Oil Revolution Designs is wonderful. They've got some great materials. Jordan Schran's welcome book is fantastic. Jen O'Sullivan for tonight only. You got to go on her webpage, is offering those flyers that I was talking to you about that list the top 50 oils and some of their uses and they're compliant. So, point in those directions and train them through the lectures, through the 101, how to use the oils that are in the Star Kit. There's one exception that I make to this, and that's during the education process. When they're first getting introduced to the oils, I will allow them to have samples like the Share It bottles out of your kit that Young Living promotes. Why don't I add oils to my order? Well, at one point I was dropping off over 20 orders off of my one order. Right? You don't want to be a delivery service. You're an educator. That's your job, is to educate. It's not to be a delivery service. Should we never or offer our discount for one time? That you're going to have to decide if it's a place that you want to go. I just want to tell you that generally when I order once, it never tends to be once. They tend to come back again and again and again and again asking for stuff. If they want to try Panaway, give them a sample of your Panaway and let them go try it. Encourage them to get the kit. All right, encourage them to get the kit. Jen's website, just a Facebook page. Go to Jen O'Sullivan. I know somebody on here has got a link to her site. I can't type it in while I'm doing a Facebook Live because I am holding my cell phone. So that's very difficult to do. But I can pop it up. I can pop it up on the page for you guys when I'm done at the end here. So what about people who don't want... Oh, wait, no, let me back up here. So you're not a delivery service. You're an educator. Stop enabling them to leech off of your account and have them set up their own account. Find out what they need and meet them in that place. Find out what they need. So you're going to have to listen to them and meet them in that place. What about people who don't want the wholesale account? who don't want it. I will tell you, I have never enrolled a single retail customer. I personally enrolled probably close to 400 people in the last 2 years since I've had my starter kit, and none of them are retail. Not even one person is retail, because I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in retail customers. I believe it's a cop-out for people who are trying to save cash. By saving cash on oils, they're inadvertently spending it in much more dangerous chemical-laden places. I never feel like I'm pushing people to buy what they can't afford, because it's about getting the garbage out of their homes. You have to have dish soap. You have to have laundry soap. You have to have shampoo. You have to have those things. So you're either going to spend it on trash and garbage loaded with toxins, or you're going to spend it on oils. All right. Damaris, it's available on her Facebook page, and I'll put the link up when I'm done with the training, okay? But only for tonight, so just a heads up. She only prints them once a month. So I never feel like I'm pushing people to buy what they can't afford, because it's about education. It's about training them that the stuff that's in their house is not safe for them to be using. They're poisoning their family. It's about showing them a better way. And if you're always keying the conversation on that, then you're never going to run into the problem of them wanting to be a retail customer, because who wants one oil? We'll get all that up for you, Kristen. Just give me a minute. Let me get through the training. All right, we'll get all the links up for you. So what about professional accounts? I get asked about that all the time, professional accounts. Here's the thing to professional accounts. These are people that want to have an account, go in, buy the oils wholesale, and sell them for retail, like in a storefront option. I don't believe in that either. I still push them to the wholesale option with the premium starter kit, because you're buying them wholesale, right? You still get them for wholesale. The thing is, they lose the right to their downline, and that's the true money-making ability in this business. It's on retail sales. It's in the downline. And you never know who's going to walk into their storefront and buy an oil and fall in love and start selling. So you want them on your team, and if you lose the right to your downline by having a professional account, then you don't have a downline, and you don't have the true money-making ability. So I always push even my professional account people to go straight to the wholesale option with the premium starter kit. I never encourage somebody to throw away the opportunity to have a successful business. Always leave that door wide open. So the options are really simple. No retail, no professional, wholesale account only. Premium starter kit, bam, keep it simple. Don't order for people. That's it. All right, that's it. Always funnel to the wholesale account. Now let's talk about negative people. You're going to encounter negative people. Christ encountered negative people. One of my life verses, I gave you my main life verse earlier tonight, but one of my other life verses is Matthew 10:14, which is, if anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off of your feet. It's really, really hard preaching in Nazareth, people. I mean, some of your family and your closest friends and your coworkers that you see every single day will be the last people to join your oils team. Just kill them with love, kill them with education. Drop oils on their skin, gentle, short conversations. Don't force it. And when the time is right, they will join. And if it's not for years and years and years, it's okay. Kick the dust off your feet and move to the people that are ready to hear, because every single person on this earth needs oils. You have a wide open market. Until Young Living tells us that 9 billion people are Young Living members, right now it's only 4 million. Until it's 9 billion, the population of the earth, there's no saturation. Okay, I don't believe in saturation. So one other thing is, just because they say no does not mean it's forever. It doesn't mean it's forever. It's impossible to be around an oiler and not have a positive experience with oils at some point. Like, it's impossible, especially if you're in regular contact with them. So let the oils speak for themselves, and let the success of your business speak for itself. You don't need to do the talking for them, okay? Just keep dropping it. Just keep dropping it gently. Forcing it is actually one of the worst things that you can do, because you're going to push them away from you. If you waste all of your time focusing on the people that you want on your team, you're going to lose the people who are already eager to join your team, who already want to be on your team. So follow biblical principles, kick the dust off of your feet, move to the next person, and don't look back. Okay? Don't look back. Here's the most important nugget that I can give you in all of boot camp. The most important thing, I think, of all 25 days. Because this is the place where people get stuck. This is the place where they say, oh, Mary Kay didn't work for me. And this MLM didn't work for me. And this MLM didn't work for me. It's usually dealing with the no's. That's where they get stuck in this. So here's the nugget that I'm going to give you that I want you to write down and remember forever. Emotionally detach yourself from the sale of the starter kit. I think that is probably the most important sentence in the entire book. Emotionally detach yourself from the sale of the starter kit. You have to be so busy doing classes and doing follow-up and training leaders that you don't have time to dwell on the no's. Be so busy, focused on those things that you don't have time to notice the people that are telling you no. You asked me for the verse, it's Matthew 10:14, kicking the dust off your feet. Focus on the next thing. All right, kick the dust off your feet. So emotionally detach yourself. Be so busy holding classes and doing follow-up and training leaders that if somebody says no, okay, move on. Bam, move on. If it's a close friend and it's somebody you really want in your team, allow yourself to feel the sting for just a second and then move on, because their answer may not be no forever. They just need an oils experience and it'll come. All right. So in that time, while you're waiting for that experience, just redirect yourself, stay positive, and put one foot in front of the other. And I want to tell you, it's really very easy for us oilers to run the oils when we've got an emergency, right? But sometimes we forget to do it for our emotions. All right. Unless we're really deliberate about it at the beginning of the day, we might forget about it emotionally. And I'll tell you, discouragement happens all the time. So it's so important that you're oiling yourself through the discouragement. Really important to oil through the discouragement. You guys were asking for the oils tonight. I was saving it for this part of the lecture. I didn't forget about it. You're going to laugh because this one's so simple. It's like such a crazy simple oil. You're like, okay, what's she bringing out? Is she bringing out one of the Feelings Kit oils? Is she going for the Ula Kit? Like, what's she got in her hand? Orange. Orange is our oil for the night. Nice little $11 oil. I love this oil. My favorite smell, if I have to go with like orange types of smells, I actually like the smell of tangerine better, but orange does some amazing things in the human body. One of my favorite uses of orange is for frustration. It's a great frustration oil. It has a really special ability to go deep into the limbic lobe of the human brain and bring happy memories to the forefront of your mind. Childhood memories or just a positive place where you were, it will bring those to the forefront of your mind, and it puts you in the land of the positive. It feels to diffuse. I love it. I love it. Actually, all citruses are good for that. If you're in that place of negativity and frustration, the citrus is lemon. Lemon is fantastic, especially in the winter months when it's cloudy and dismal and dark outside and you're like, I just want to lay on my couch and I don't want to go anywhere. Lemon is great. My favorite citrus of all time, my number one citrus that I love more than any of the other citruses is bergamot. I'm a bergamot addict. I wear that as a perfume. I just love that oil. I'm so drawn to it. Grapefruit is the Let It Go oil. We call it our Elsa oil, our frozen oil. In here, it's really good for letting stuff go. It purges stuff out of your cells. It's just a great let it go oil. So that's a good one. They're just wonderful. So focus on citruses. It's really good. Other oils that I've used when people say no, Magnify Your Purpose is one of my favorites. Highest potential. I'm really drawn to that one lately, so I'm wearing that constantly. And forgiveness is one of my favorite emotional oils. I love forgiveness. Put a few drops of it on the back of your neck, rub it into your hands and breathe it in, especially when somebody says no to you and you get that tightness in your chest and you're just like, whew, okay, that one hurt. Like that one hurt. That's somebody I really would love to see blessed, because you guys are coming from a place of compassion and you know what these oils do and you know where they go and you know where the road leads when you're using them. So it's okay. Just know that no is not no forever. You can approach them again later when the time is right and when they're receptive to it. It took me 2 years to work with my brother. I'm going to explain the story of my brother in another later bootcamp video. So just be tenacious with it, but gentle spirited. Kick the dust off of your feet, redirect yourself, and oil up. Get some orange on your body, all right? Orange on your body for happy thoughts. Think of wonderful things, just like Peter Pan, all right? What about other family members that don't believe in MLMs? You guys want to give me a high five? You got some people out there like, oh my gosh, yes, they think I'm a crazy freak for doing network marketing. Like they think I'm out there, that I am not following the typical 9 to 5, 40-hour work week. All right, I'm going to tell you guys, I'll just be straight up, that's just ignorance. Okay, you can work 40 hours a week and survive, or you can work 10 to 20 hours a week and make $10,000 a month or more. What's the better option? I had one lady that would not get on Essential Rewards. Like I kept talking to her. She didn't want to spend the $100, and she was one of my leaders. She was a level 1 for me, and she had an OGV of $8,000 a month. That's what her team was doing underneath her, but she didn't want to spend the $100 to get her paycheck. And I said, all right, I'm going to make this really simple. You give me $100 and I'm going to give you $400 right back. I said, you give me $100 and I'll give you back 400 because her OGV was so high, but she just couldn't process how an MLM worked, right? How it worked. That it was the power of the team underneath her that was already moving, that the Lord had assembled, and she wasn't enjoying the blessing of that because she was so terrified of MLMs and moving forward. All right. It really truly is ignorant. So if they are willing to learn, then I would point them to Eric Worre, Worre. His Rise of the Entrepreneur DVD is fantastic. It's just 50 minutes of statistics on why network marketing works. One of my favorite quotes out of that DVD, which I mentioned in the first Bootcamp video, is that network marketing has produced more millionaires globally than any other business in the world. Network marketing, more than any other business model in the entire world. So the numbers speak. They speak for themselves. It works. 1 in every 5 people in America right now, according to Forbes, is a study that just came out about 2 weeks ago, is looking for another job this year. 1 in every 5. So if you guys think that you don't have any business builders out there, when you're walking through the grocery store and you count every 5 people, one of those people in that cluster could have been on your team as a business builder. You count that 5 people that you're waiting behind checking out, one of those 5 could have been on your team, because that's how many people are disenchanted with their job in America right now. So don't tell me that the market isn't ripe. They just have to understand and get over their fear of multi-level marketing. I'll share a little bit of my story and what happened. His name is Eric Worre, Worre, ericworre.com. My story, boy, did I get it from all angles when I decided to go with an MLM. Like, oh my word. First off, the Lord blessed me with an anchoring position in the 3rd largest market in the United States when I was 21 years old as a radio news anchor. 21-year-olds do not get jobs on networks in the 3rd largest market in the United States. It does not happen. So I was on the air with people that were 40 and 50 years old. I was the youngest person in the entire building. Out of 70 news anchors, I was the baby in there. And then I prayed for 11 years that the Lord would open up a position that was morning drive so that I could come in, do the morning, and then get home and homeschool my children. So 11 years, I made a list of 27 things I wanted in a dream job. I prayed over that list for 11 years, and God opened the door, and we moved our family 9 years ago to upstate New York, where I took the job with the very large network that I'm with right now that broadcasts in Canada, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania. It's huge. And that's where I was this morning. I was anchoring, filling in this morning. And so I took that job, and I was 29 years old. I had a morning drive position on a network that broadcast to 5 million people, and I walked away from it and sold oils kits instead. And I cannot even tell you the flack that I got from the people that had trained me in Chicago, the people that had trained me. The guy that trained me in Chicago actually took a job anchoring for WCBS in the afternoons in New York City. So he's in the number 1 market in the entire United States. And he's like, understand. Like, why would you walk away from a morning drive position that you prayed for 11 years? Why would you walk away from that to go sell oils kits? Like, you can be famous and talk to 5 million people every day on morning drive radio, or you can sell oils kits. Like, what are you doing? Are you insane? Here's the deal. This is what I'll tell you what I was doing. My identity, it's not as a news anchor. It's not. My identity is not as a mom. My identity is not as a Young Living Platinum. If God told me to walk away from Young Living, I would walk away from it in a heartbeat, all right? My identity is as a child of Christ. That's who I am. I belong to my Lord and Savior. And so when my eyes stay focused on Him, all else fades away. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, because my identity is not in my job. It's not in what I do. I don't have to search for hope and for meaning, because I already have it through Jesus' death on the cross. So if my identity isn't in speaking to 5 million people on the radio every single morning, did it matter if I walk away? No. It doesn't matter, because that's not what my identity is. I have a hope and I have a future far beyond the whisperings of this world. The Lord had taken care of us, right? It didn't matter if I walked away. He sent Young Living to me to provide for me. So work at this. Work at the business. Focus on it, because this is your boat to get off the island. This is your rescue, and it works. Young Living works. So know who you are, know whose you are, and ignore the naysayers that say that it isn't possible. My income is 6 times higher than it was 1 year ago. 1 year ago. But I could have stayed if I listened to the naysayers. Now I go in and I fill in just for fun, because I enjoy it, because radio's in my blood, and I've done it for 18 years and I have fun. It's a hobby. It's like gardening for me. I'll go in once a month and punch out a morning drive shift and enjoy it, and have fun with it. But I'm not tied to the 9 to 5 clock or the 3 a.m. clock, right? I'm not tied to that anymore. And I'm okay with that because that's not who I am. All right, that's not my identity. I'm all right with that. I'm totally okay with wherever the Lord has me, and you guys should be too. All right, so don't listen to the whisperings because who knows? Who knows what the Lord has in store for you? What if the Lord has a diamond ship in store for you? I believe the Lord's got a diamond ship in store for every single person in this boot camp, because if you guys have the tenacity to read 11 chapters in the hardest book ever written on Young Living and do the workbook in the hardest workbook ever written on Young Living and to watch hours and hours of video and stay with me for 11 straight days of boot camp, then you have what it takes to be a diamond. Don't you see that? You've already got the tenacity to go all the way to the top. You've got the fight in you to get past the naysayers, to get past the no's, to get past the negativity, to get past the fact that 6 in 10 people that come to your classes will not get the starter kit. Only 4 will, 3 and 4, and that's if you pursue them. You've already got it in you. So why do you believe this stuff? Okay? Don't believe it. Don't believe the naysayers. I would still be anchoring right now if I listened to that. I would still be making $40,000 a year, $35,000 a year instead of being, guys, we're going to hit diamond next month. All right. Like, I wouldn't be where I am right now if I had listened to that. I wouldn't be there. So God has got great big plans for you. The big thing he keeps telling me this month as our business just grows and grows and grows and grows. The big thing he keeps telling me is, Sarah, when will you learn that my dreams are so much bigger than your dreams? They're so much bigger, and yet you're always putting me in a box. Like, you're always telling me what you think I can do, but my dreams go bit past that. They're bigger than that. So come on, stop putting me in a box and follow where I'm telling you to go and be obedient to the places that I'm taking you, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans for a hope and a future, and plans to prosper you. Prosper you. Prosper does not mean that you're in survival mode, okay? Yes, exactly. You're not in survival mode. It means he's got bigger plans for you. You are supposed to be out there helping the widows and the sick and the poor, and you can't do it when you're living check to check. That's why you're in this boot camp. That's why you've got to take this seriously. That's why you got to finish it. That's why you got to follow directions and get out there and schedule 4 to 6 classes and market the tar out of them and stay ahead of it and fill out the accountability worksheets. And more than anything, find 2 people when this thing is over and train them. Get them through the boot camp and hold their hand and walk them through it. It's why it's so serious that you do this, because God has got big, big plans for you and a big dreams over your life. And you're not going to get there if you listen to the negativity. Please hear me on this. It's the thing that causes so many people to trip. I can't fill classes, I give up. Every person I ask says, no, I quit. Everybody's asking me why I'm doing an MLM, and you're going to have to deal with a little bit of social unacceptance. You have to, okay? You have to see past that, because I promise you, when you rank, all of a sudden the acceptance is going to be there, all right? It's going to be there as you rank up and up and up. When you hit silver, you're in the top 8%. No, it's still star. When you hit star, you're in the top 8% of all of Young Living in $1 billion company. You're in the top 8%. 92% haven't made it as far as star. When you're silver, you're in the top 1% of the company. The top 1%. All right, guys, so gosh, see it through. You know where this goes. You've seen the income disclosure chart. And the only people that don't get there are the ones that give up. And this is the number one place where we lose them. This is where you're going to lose your business builders, okay, right here in this step. They're going to hear the negativity. They're going to believe it. They're going to listen to the naysayers. And they're going to walk away and they're going to quit. The oil of the day is orange, because I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to focus on the positive. I want the words coming out of your mouth to be positive. I want you to live in the land of the positive. I want you to see yourself as a diamond, even if it feels like it's so far away that you can't even see it yet. Just keep walking it, because you will get there. All right? You will get there. So, I had a lady ask me this week, she said, what should I do when somebody else is not compliant? When I'm at a vendor event and she's got all this stuff out that's not compliant and I'm seeing it, should I go report her, Sarah, to Young Living? Should I report her to the FDA? Should I take photos of her stuff that I'm seeing and hand it out to everybody? Dude, own your own dirt, okay? Own your own dirt. God is going to hold that person accountable for their lack of integrity in their business. That is not your dirt to deal with. Don't focus on them. Don't focus on the person that's not. I mean, if it's somebody you've hand trained and they're messing stuff up, then go to them and tell them, hey, I'd really recommend you don't do that, because I'm your upline and I care about you and I want you to be able to have your business in the future. So be careful what you're doing. That's not good practice. But if it's somebody you're just bumping into or somebody you see on the internet, man, God will deal with that. He'll deal with them. Focus on you. When you allow yourself to focus on all the negative things around you, whether it's the negative people or the negative talk or the people saying no to the kits or the people saying no to MLMs, the people saying you can't do it, or the people that are out there doing it wrong and you're focused on them doing their business wrong, people, focus on you. You can't fix them. You can't fix the words coming out of their mouth. You can't fix the sarcasm. You can't fix the no's, but you can fix you. So get the orange going. Work on the words coming out of your mouth. Focus on your business and how you run your stuff, and your leaders will copy it. They will copy the positivity. They will want to be in the land of happy, okay? They're going to follow that because that's what a leader does. A true leader is somebody you want to follow. You don't want to follow somebody who's out there being negative all the time. Nobody wants to follow that. So don't be that. And you're going to attract people to your organization naturally just because of who you are, because of how you speak. So the 3 principles from this chapter that are so important, so important. Leslie says compliance is so hard. No, it's not. We'll get to compliance. I got a whole FDA compliance training, and you're going to walk away so confident with the FDA compliance training. We haven't said a single thing today that isn't compliant, or for the last 11 hours of video I've shot that's not compliant, and yet we have 103,000 people on these videos. All right, that's how much reach we have. So there's a whole lot you can say that is completely compliant that will pique people's interest and get them to do their own research. So, yep, compliance protects us. And we will do such an intense training on compliance like you have never heard it before, I swear to you. We're getting there. Matter of fact, I think it's next week we hit compliance. So the 3 principles that I want you to walk away from this chapter. Number 1, kick the dust off your feet and work with those willing to learn. Number 2, be so busy teaching classes that you don't have time to notice the no's. You just don't have time. And number 3, know who you are, okay? Know who you are. Be confident in your identity. That's how you deal with negativity, okay? Be confident in your own identity. Don't deal with the sarcasm. Don't tolerate it on your team, all right? Be positive. So your homework for tonight, I want you to read chapter 11, which talks about dealing with negativity, all right? I want you to do the assignments in under chapter 11 for the workbook, which I'm turning to right now here. I should have put my little marker in here. I get to this every night. I never have my marker in here. It's chapter 8, 9, 10, 11. Here we go. So for the chapter 11, it's pretty simple. It's only 1 page, and it's on dealing with negative people. So give an example of enabling and what it looks like when you're enabling people. What should you do when they only want 1 oil? How do you handle people who are negative about oils? The trick is to emotionally separate yourself. So your assignment is to change your attitude. As you go through your week, try to put this into practice. Write down an example. It may not even be oils related, where were able to walk away from conflict with a positive attitude. And if any of y'all have kids in your house, you're going to be able to do this in the next 10 minutes. Okay? Something that you just walk away and you just have a positive attitude about it. You're like, no, I'm just not going to let that get to me today. I'm just not. Then there's a bonus assignment. If you flip the page over on page 48 of becoming a confident entrepreneur, do you need a little more science behind the decision to do network marketing, a little more convincing? Then I want you to go check out that DVD, The Rise of the Entrepreneur DVD on Eric Worre's site. It's possible, guys. Network marketing is possible. Just don't get lost in the sauce. Know who you are. Know how to handle negativity. All right, don't let it pull you down. Don't get frustrated with it. Kick the dust off your feet and keep walking. Just keep walking. There's so many people out there that need oils, guys, and they're around you every single day. You just have to speak. You have to speak life over them. So read chapter 11 homework assignment and the workbook, and then tomorrow, no one is coming to classes, Sarah. I followed your system. Now what do I do? This is for those who are totally stuck. Here we go. On to night 12. I will see you guys tomorrow night for boot camp. Same bat time, same bat channel. Congratulations. Oh, I did pick a winner for tonight, and I told you I was going to give you a peek at the new Game Plan mini book, too. So hold up 1 second for me. Our winner for tonight is, I don't do this every single night. Where is she? Edna Hansen. If you are on, Edna, E-D-N-A Hansen. Edna Hansen says she learned to eliminate distractions so far with the Game Plan training, so I'm just going to send you a signed copy of the Game Plan book. Congratulations, Edna. Make sure that you IM me your address, because if I do not get your IM, then I'm not going to be able to send that to you because I get too many messages and it's hard to find them. So congratulations to Edna. Before I let you guys go, do you want a sneak peek at Game Plan Mini? All right, here we go. We worked on this all weekend. A whole team of people. Give me a thumbs up if you want a sneak peek at Game Plan Mini. Come on, people. I know you're excited about it. So what's Game Plan Mini? Game Plan is for people who are not ready for Game Plan. All right? It's for the people you want on your team, but they're not ready for tours of the virtual office and 270 pages of training. It's for your prospects. It's for the people you bump into at Walmart. It's for your coworker who doesn't even know what Young Living is. All right? It's for those people. It's for that place. So let me give you a little peek at the intro to your game plan. What we did is we took the first 2 chapters, we flipped them, we told my story first, and then we talked about Young Living and the perks of doing the business. We got a big printout of the income disclosure guide in there. I start with this intro, and I'm going to read the intro out loud to you. And so we're going to end with a bedtime story. And then I'll let you guys go for the night if you want to hang around for another minute or so. So here we go. I'm not going to be looking at the camera because I have to read this because I haven't memorized it. So this is the beginning of Game Plan Mini, which is going to print tomorrow. And so hopefully we'll have it before Game Plan Bootcamp is done. Are you tired? Are you depleted in every possible way and financially broken? And you have no time to fix it. You don't see a way out. You have no hope. You've been living life this way for years. You want more time with your kids. You desperately need to get away with your spouse. You want deeper friendships. You want people who have your back. But you have no time to invest in those friendships. You want to take better care of your body, but that requires money. It requires resources to exercise the way you want to exercise and to cook the way that you should be cooking, but you're empty, and you've been empty for a long time. Perhaps you have a great job. You're doing what you believe you were called and created to do, but you have no time. You are worn from the 9-to-5 grind, and you would give just about anything to be free of your alarm clock. You feel trapped by the hours or the pace or the stress of your job. You don't see a way out. You have very little tucked away and retirement is fast approaching. You may be on the other end, just starting out in college or a high school graduate, and you have no idea what's next. You have no game plan. Maybe you're a mom or a dad who's chosen to stay home with your kids. Your spouse is working full time. You can have a part-time job and off hours, but it just isn't enough. You're in survival mode every single month. You live paycheck to paycheck. You get a little tucked away and it's just gone in the next crisis as if months of saving never existed. What if I told you there was a way out? What if in one little book I could pour some sunshine on your face? What if I could give you hope that there's a future beyond where you are right now? What if I told you that my entire world has been turned upside down in the past 2 years by getting out of the 40-hour work week? And I believe it's completely possible for anyone. I believe it's possible if you're shy, if you have no friends, if you live in the middle of nowhere and you have no resources. Not only that, but what if I were to tell you that I've written an entire book to show you, step by step, in tiny bite-sized pieces, exactly what to do to break free? That book is called Game Plan. And the book that you have in your hands is a sample of it to show you where this goes. Where do you begin? Start small. Start with this tiny little book in your hands. It's a quick read that offers some strategy and a lot of food for thought. Let the words melt in your mind and allow yourself to dream big. Walk with me for a minute. Lose yourself in the possibility of freedom. I'm going to tell you how I started a small business while homeschooling 5 children, anchoring news 40 hours a week starting at 4 a.m. and beginning every day from the brink of exhaustion. I'm not out to get something from you. I've just been where you are. I know that place of slavery. I know the weariness. I know the frustration of never getting ahead decade after decade. I know that place so deeply that there are days that I wake up and I have to remind myself that I'm no longer there. It's like it was yesterday. I was there, but I dug out of it. And now my goal is to show as many people how to do it as possible, whether there's a benefit to me or not. It's not about the benefit. Sometimes it's just about loving people. It's about having compassion when they need a leg up. I have nothing to gain and nothing to lose from you checking out the next 2 chapters of this book. But if you read it and you move on, you have everything to gain. My husband's name is John, and this is the story of our Young Living small business. All you need to follow along is a dash of hope and an hour of free time. Here's your task over the course of these next few pages. I want you to stack what I'm telling you against what you're doing right now. Weigh them side by side. A small business run from your home without a boss, without an alarm clock, on your time schedule. How you're spending your time at work right now. And see if your time can be used more effectively to pay off your debt, to enjoy your family, work on your health, and grow time economy, which is the greatest wealth that there is. To get there requires strategy. This is your game plan. What do you guys think? So that's the intro to Game Plan Mini. Just wrote that yesterday. And then we go into our story, which is actually chapter 2 of the Game Plan book, and then we give all the perks of Young Living. And then we end with the Income Disclosure Guide. And I have a little chart in the back of it where they write a list of 8 things about their job that drive them nuts, and then 8 things about Young Living that are perks to the business, and they're stacking and weighing them back to back. So that's what we're working on right now. It's in the hands of the editing team. The editing was all done on it today. Now they're doing the cover design work, and it goes to the publisher tomorrow. So that's how close we are. I'm really, really excited about this little book. It's a tiny book that you guys can hand out. And the goal is to get them excited so that you can do the teacher training with them, help them through their first class, and after they're done with their first class, you hand them the game plan book and the workbook, and you get them through boot camp. All right? So it's for all your prospects. I'm really excited about it. Thanks for your encouragement. You guys are like the best ever. We're working our tush off trying to get these done. I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome, awesome, awesome Tuesday. Go into it with words of edification, speaking life over your businesses. There is a hope over you. All right? God's got a plan for your day tomorrow. Use it. Use it to the best of your ability, and know that God is going to do great things in your business this year. Just keep speaking life over your business. Get away from the negativity. Surround yourself with positive people, all right? And know who you are and where you're going. And douse yourself in orange oil. Lots of orange oil. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.